There is a very wise saying, what goes around comes around. If you have done bad to someone, expect to face its consequences. The age between 13 to 18 years is very crucial, and you know what? During this phase of life, teens go through a series of emotional and physical changes. Adaptation to surroundings takes time, and during this period, knowingly or unknowingly, they commit certain crimes that are beyond forgiveness by the law of land. We have all seen, read, and heard a lot of courtroom dramas, convicts breaking into tears after the verdict, a few shouting at their lawyers or even at the judge, others accepting their fate with regret, and many of such acts are the daily happenings of the judiciary system. Here we are to discuss the most bizarre reactions of teen convicts who were given life sentences. To begin with, we have then 18-year-old Shondell Jackson of Milwaukee County, who was sentenced for being convicted as the murderer of a college student of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, Nathan Porter, 21 years old. It was said that Nathan was coming out of the bar when Shondell and his friend stalked and attacked him for money. When the latter realized that Nathan does not have any cash with him, he shot him bleeding to death and fled to Mississippi the next day. Police later arrested Jackson through a tip from his uncle about his whereabouts and was held into custody. During the trials, Jackson had no remorse for his gruesome act and even passed foul gestures and sarcastic smiles to the victim's family. Just before the sentencing, his mother made a statement in the court that her son is not a monster, and she was not aware of his son's acts until she watched the news of killing on TV and even sympathizes with the mother of the victim. Jackson continuously pleaded for mercy after the sentencing for life without any parole and was seen crying profusely, requesting to reconsider his appeal. He was dragged out of the court, and even his family members had outbursts on the spot. Another such reaction was reported from the Buffalo, New York courthouse, where Dylan Shoemaker was convicted of second-degree murder at the age of 16 of a 23-month-old child whom he beat to death at his Springville home. The toddler was the son of his girlfriend, whom he was babysitting, and suffered multiple injuries due to being beaten up so badly. The felony charges against him were not limited to hitting the child, but also to child abuse. But according to his statements, he was just trying to stop him from crying and had no intentions to beat him. When brought into the courthouse, he was continuously crying and pleading with the jurors for forgiveness, and how he was so full of regret and remorse for the child, and his intent was never to hurt him or kill him. Though the jurors didn't believe him and were sentenced to maximum punishment with an indeterminate term for imprisonment that was later modified to 18 years of life. Let's move on to the case of 19-year-old Brandon Spencer of Los Angeles, who was part of a gang feud and convicted for the attempted murder of 4 people on the Halloween party night at the Southern California campus. Various rounds of gunshots and open firing was reported that night in the gang war, and Brendan was confirmed to be an active member of one of the gangs. All through the trial, Spencer was repeatedly urging that it was a mistake from his end and was pleading innocent and non-guilty on the attempted murder case he was being trialed for, but the jurors maintained their verdict and convicted him for 40 years to life imprisonment. Out of pain and emotional breakdown, he banged his head on the defense table, and the sheriff's deputies had to forcefully restrain him from committing another crime of self-harming for which he could be contempt in the eyes of law again. All we can see now is the extreme reactions of teen convicts, but there was another convict from Boston, Massachusetts, who was still a minor and less than 21 years of age, and charged with first degree of murder by the jury. He was seen very calm with his head down throughout the showdown. While the jury was announcing their verdict of guilty murder with deliberate premeditation and cruelty of his heinous acts, he was sent to the Department of Youth Services till the age of 21, and later to Massachusetts Correctional Institute at Cedar Junction for 25 years to life imprisonment. Well, the stories depicted in this video and the reactions of the convicts are a few of many examples of several convicted teens who have a lot to say about the intent, desire, need, and mindset of the teen convicts. Some were in shame, repenting for their crime. Others were clueless and had no idea of whatever is happening with and around them. Few others accepted their fate and agreed to their ill doings and were ready for their term in prison. The teens tend to retaliate, so those who cannot stand the judgment try to harm themselves to escape imprisonment. Along with an individual's mindset, society and parents or guardians play a crucial role in molding the life of a child, and sometimes we fail to play our part effectively. Such real-life stories make you aware of the harsh realities of life and how much the role parents and society have in the upbringing and upliftment of their children. This is an informative video created for the understanding of viewers and purely for educational purposes. For more of such information and knowledge, subscribe to our channel now and enjoy our latest videos.